Are you having trouble connecting to rival desktops with your GWABS Operator Interface? Are you feeling frustrated? Has our peer-to-peer networking protocol left you with tension throughout your shoulders and upper back? Well, turn that frown upside down because Sarah Blue is here to help. GWABS clients communicate directly with one another in peer-to-peer fashion like eMule and BitTorrent. And just like those P2P apps, GWABS Operator Interface functions most reliably when a port has been opened on your router and directed to your PC, which is running GWABS. Opening a port is not always necessary. GWABS employs the stun protocol as an alternative when no port is open. But stun is no substitute for an open port. I remember the first time I opened one of my ports. It was truly a life-changing experience. You can download BitTorrents this much faster. Sooner or later, you'll want to share a special moment with a special application, and you'll be trying to open a port just as fast as you can. Why not make now that special moment? Why not make GWABS that special application? To begin, first set the proper mood. Make sure the lights aren't too bright, and why not play some relaxing music in the background? But not too relaxing. You don't want to fall asleep! Now with your mouse hand, gently slide the cursor over to the GWABS Operator Interface and supply your email address and password associated with your GWABS account. You'll see a small button. That's the connection tester. Click it ever so gently. Click. If your connection has been deemed unreliable, don't despair. Who hasn't been unreliable from time to time? With some simple changes, you'll soon be giving 110%. Our first concern with this example, unreliable connection, is that it has two internal IP addresses. If you only have one IP address, then just lie back and watch for a while. The most likely scenario for two internal IP addresses is that you're using a laptop with both Wi-Fi enabled and an Ethernet cable plugged in. You can disable one of the networks using your control panel. Or, if you want to continue using Wi-Fi and don't mind getting a bit physical, you can rip that Ethernet cable right out of your laptop. If no matter how hard you pull it won't come out, try pinching the small plastic plug and then pulling. If no matter how politely I tried to say that, it still sounds condescending, try pretending it wasn't addressed at you, but some other person who may be watching this video. That idiot. On the GWABS Operator Interface, click Test to verify you now only have one internal IP address. If you now only have a single IP address, yet your GWABS Operator Interface connection is still deemed unreliable, it's time to open up one of your ports. Open up a web browser and type the first two numbers of your internal IP address into the address prompt, 192.168. And we replace the last two numbers with 1.1. That's 192.168.1.1. Hit enter and see what pops up. If you're prompted for a password or see a router configuration page, you're on the right track. If no page loads and you see a network timeout error or Internet Explorer cannot display the web page, then try the first two numbers again, followed by .0.1. If that doesn't work, click Start, then click Run and type CMD, then type ipconfig and use the number to the right of the default gateway. Okay, if you're not already in your router's configuration page, then you're probably being prompted for a password. Simply enter your router's administration username and password to proceed. Now, as we look around the router's configuration page, you'll see a tab for applications and gaming. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't know the username and password for your router? Seriously? You have a dog, you know its name. You know your own phone number. How could you not know the password to your router? Well, we can always hack our way in. But Sarah Blue, you say? It's not hacking if it's my own router. The exact same trial and error process can be used against any router. Most routers never have their password set because the owner never bothers. Maybe even your router's password was never set because you never bothered. Wouldn't that be convenient? Let's start by guessing some common ones. After a few guesses, you may see a page telling you that you are unauthorized. Unauthorized my ass. Simply hit refresh and keep on trying new combinations. Admin, no password. No username. Admin. 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 Root. Admin. Root. 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 Password. Admin. Password. Okay. Enough random guessing. Let's find the default password for your router. Your router should be located next to your ADSL or cable modem. If not, it'll be in the modem itself. Give your router a reassuring stroke and then grab it and quickly flip it over. Here we have a Linksys WRT54GS. We could go to the manufacturer's website and download a PDF of the documentation, but let's ask Google first. Click on the first result. Look through the page for the word default, and there we go. Default admin username and default admin password. If you can't find these results quickly with Google, another good resource is routerpasswords.com. Select your router's make and scroll down to find its model. If you don't see the exact model, know that manufacturers often use the same defaults for all their models. Let's use their values and get on into our router. For our example router, no username is required and the password is admin. We can now alter the router settings. The change we're looking for will be under a tab with a name like Applications and Gaming, Virtual Servers, Advanced, or Port Forwarding. If prompted for an application name, GWABS will do just fine. You may be prompted for a port or a port range. Either way, it'll be just one number. The GWABS default port is 13338. You can use other ports if you'd like, but make sure the GWABS connection tester is populated with that desired port. Let's just assume it's the default port, 13338. That's an awesome port. I use it all the time. 13339? Meh. Here we enter 13338 into the starting port and ending port fields. If prompted for a particular protocol, it is UDP packets that we are forwarding. So select UDP packets only or both types of packets. Whatever. And the IP address is our PC's internal IP as displayed on the GWABS connection tester. There may be an on-off checkbox or an enable checkbox. Make sure this forwarding instruction is enabled, then save your changes. Clicking Test on your GWABS connection tester will indicate a status that I believe you will find very satisfying.